Alright, let's get this on the road. Hello everyone, good evening. So it's been over a week now since our last stream. Welcome to the TetraForce devlog, a weekly stream about the development of TetraForce, a top-down multiplayer action adventure game very similar to the veins of Zelda and the like. We've been working now on our milestone 1. Development has been going for quite a while if you're new to us here, but we started setting up some milestones to try and accomplish things in a more timely manner. As you can see on my screen here, I've got them actually up in front of us. They're not sorted properly, mind you. Let's see here. Closest due date? Would that do it? Yes, it did. Okay, so we just finished up our milestone 1. So as you can see, it's not actually complete. It's 92% complete, and that's on me. The last thing is up for me to do is the defeat all enemy doors, which you may have seen me tweet out pretty recently. Hold on, let me just give me a second. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna pull up YouTube so that way I'm making sure I'm not missing anybody in chat. Okay, so yeah, so we ran into a bit of a problem with the defeat all enemy doors. It just wasn't multiplayer synced properly, so there was some networking issues going on, and overall it was pretty minor, but it was a potential hazard. So I did solve it last night. I finally solved the problem. So hopefully within this weekend, milestone 1 will actually be complete. So that's super exciting. A little late, but that's okay. We're still making progress. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm super glad that we're actually accomplishing some of our goals. So tonight, I'm going to look a little bit forward, and we're going to actually go to milestone 2. So milestone 2 is what we have set for July. Some of the things that we're looking at implementing are saving and loading the game, finally. And then some smaller bugs. There's constraining NPCs and enemies to the boundaries of the camera. That shouldn't be too hard. We already know how to fix that. And then what I'm working on tonight, the large red cannon, which I don't even know if I'm going to be able to accomplish it in one night. Could be very difficult, and I don't realize it. So basically the red cannon is going to act like a key of sorts. It's actually, because we've got two types of cannons. We've got cannons that blast through walls in the dungeon 1, and then cannons that open up the boss room. So the red cannons are what do that, and it's going to have a bit of a cinematic type thing going on. So it'll shoot, the camera's going to pan over to the enemy door, or sorry, not the enemy, the boss door, and it's going to actually see it coming down. So you have to get 3 red cannons to actually open up the dungeon. So I can sort of duplicate what I did for the blue cannon, but then there's going to be that aspect where the camera has to shift over there, and there's going to be an animation watching the door kind of be cleared away because there's a bunch of debris in front of the boss door. So I don't know how easy that's going to be. I have an idea in my head, but we all know as soon as you start trying to code those things, it's a bit of a challenge. The good thing about it, oh, I'm getting so bright. I hate when it does that. The good thing about it is that it doesn't technically need to be fully networked. Because the cinematic portion isn't going to be seen by all players, just whoever activated it. There might be a screen shake or something that I have networked. If everyone's in the same map, then it'll screen shake or something like that. And sound effects automatically are heard by everybody because we haven't constrained sound effects to zones or anything right now. Pardon me. But yeah, so that's kind of the broad idea of what we'll be working on tonight, and what I'm going to be starting on. But we'll keep looking here. Let's go through all of milestone 2 just while we're at it. So, and then buttons that activate store. This is really easy to do. I already know how I'm going to do this. It's a smaller one, so I'm not going to tackle it tonight. Maybe next week's stream, depending on how the large red cannon development goes over the week. Otherwise, I might just keep doing development of the red cannon on stream right now. Because I didn't want to do the enemy door anymore. It's a lot of me just beating my head against the wall, even though now I know how to kind of fix it. I'm sure there'll still be some of that before I get it 100% complete. But yeah, so the button that activates the door, it's just you step on a button, it'll pop open the door. So just kind of like another alternative to a key. Not even super critical to the dungeon. It's more of just a feature that's being added into the dungeon, just so it's in the engine itself. Yeah, and hopefully everyone can hear me okay. I didn't actually check to see if my mic was properly working. I think so. Yeah. Okay. Let me know if I'm too quiet. Please let me know if I'm too quiet if you guys can't hear me. And then there's another bug here, which I actually don't know too much about. I haven't looked into it. The grass auto tile, so when you cut the grass, it's not updating when somebody goes into a new room. There's a lot of those types of syncing issues, and I think they're all very related to each other. So hopefully that if we do fix this bug in this milestone, that'll be something that kind of fixes a bunch of those little things. Same thing that happens with collectibles and just some of the other update things. Mostly, really what it comes down to is syncing things in multiplayer. And I think there's a few other bugs that have cropped up that I have to look into. Someone said that they weren't getting items in multiplayer. So like if someone opens up a chest and gets the bombs, for example, the other players are supposed to get the bombs right now. But apparently they're not. I haven't looked into it, so we'll see. That's a super big problem if that is happening. It definitely was working at some point. And then implement new enemies is the last milestone here. That's actually going to happen within the next day or so here. All that is we've been adding a ton of new enemies. So with all that variety, we're going to finally start putting them in place where they belong. Some of the things we added was the Kukukin, which is like a pumpkin that like comes up and launches at the player. We've added a cat thief. So the cat thief has kind of like a... I'll show some screenshots on Twitter here, but basically he's got a field of view and he's like scanning around for the player. So he only can see in front of him basically, so he can actually sneak behind him. But as soon as he sees you, he'll chase after you really fast. What else do we add? A sneaky bush. So he basically is mostly designed to blend in with the environment. He looks kind of like just a thorny bush. So if you get close to him, he'll start moving towards you. And if you're not paying attention, he'll smash into you, kind of thing. So there's that. There's also the bat that we added in. The bat's very similar to what you would expect from a bat. You get close to him, he starts flying around you. He gets tired and goes off and rests somewhere after a short period. So yeah, so just with all those, and I guess there was one more, the Noblin, which is basically he shoots arrows. So very similar to how a player has a bow, he's got arrows that he can shoot around, and he's kind of been ready to go for a while, but he's finally actually in the game again and working. So we're gonna place all of these monsters in the world. There's gonna be a ton of variety now, and which is really awesome to see. Super exciting to see. So yeah, we'll be doing that in the next day or so here. But I guess without further ado, we might as well get started on the red cannon. So I kind of opened up Godot already. I have the blue cannon here, and so I'm probably just going to duplicate it. The thing is, the cannon actually has multiple directions. I don't really need that. The red cannon only ever faces the one direction, which is nice. So I'm going to duplicate this scene in Godot, but we're going to scale it back a little bit first. So hopefully this works. So let's get started. So we're going to duplicate. I'm
actually here. I have no time. I just wanted to hop in and say hi.
Oh, hi.
I loved your explanations of what we're going to be doing this second milestone.
Awesome. Thank you.
Loving the progress too.
Yes. Well, I thank you. You've done lots of progress as well. So
well, yeah, but you were with that stupid door. Well, it's the thing is it's not stupid because there's so much work in it that it's very smart now. It's a very smart door.
Do you have long enough to listen to my story? Do you have long enough for me to explain what was going on with it?
Yeah, if it's a little brief.
I'll give you the super quick clip notes. So basically, the door had two states. It had activate and deactivate, right?
Right, I was there for that. Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. So the problem was, if the player left or came back at any of those times, it would either reactivate or deactivate. And but that wasn't always the case. Sometimes it was active and sometimes it's inactive. So there's technically 4 states. There's not 2 states. There's 4 states.
Okay.
And so it would work if nobody left because those states were built into the activate and deactivate. But if you left, it would either like it would start over basically. So we have to split it into 4 states: the activate, active, deactivate, inactive. And once we did that, we could network the active and inactive as well. So if you left during those phases, it will remember those phases.
Okay.
Make
So that's
sense?
all right.
So
Yeah. No,
we
that makes a lot more sense now.
which
Okay.
unfortunately
Yeah.
it did expand the code unfortunately quite a bit. It's not clean. I might have to
That's
come back and
fine.
clean it up.
That's fine.
But
We
I
can go back.
figured it out, and my goodness.
Yeah, that's gotta be a weight off your chest.
Oh my gosh,
I
I was
am,
so
I'm
stressed out about it not working.
elated to see that's in. Once that is is it squashed in yet or no?
Not yet. So I still have
All right. So
to.
when it is,
Yeah, I
yeah,
still have to finish
we'll
the
test.
inactive. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll test that. I could test. I could do some more tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, so once we test that and put that in, then I will go in. We'll put that. I'll have your help there. I'll put it in a couple of dungeon rooms, the shrine,
Yeah.
that one room, and
Yeah.
yeah, we'll put it in. We'll put it in the game, so it'll be with the inclusion of all the other enemy
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll add that with
But yeah,
part
so
of that
very
other PR
excited
stuff.
to see this getting pushed in. Great work.
Thank you.
Here's to another milestone.
A milestone made. First
Another,
of many.
First of 6,
Mhm,
yes,
mhm.
and then more after that, I'm sure.
Yes, but
So
this
good
will
luck.
put us away.
I'll probably be rewatching this tomorrow morning.
Awesome, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Have a good one. No,
All
don't
right.
thank me. Thank yourself too. Thank you.
I'll pat myself
Okay.
on the back. We're good. We're good.
We're all good. We're all good. All right.
Awesome, man. Thanks for popping in. Have a great night.
You too.
That was Notting, everybody. He's been working on a lot of the enemies, so I just wanted to thank him for doing all that hard work on the enemies and everything like that. There is one other contributor. I actually don't know him, who he is personally in the Discord, if he's ever popped on. Well, let me just go to the pull request here real quick. So there's 20KDC. He's been doing a bunch of music stuff, so he actually made a comment. I haven't read it yet. But he's kind of been playing around with some of the fading of music and those sort of things. So I want to thank him for contributing those in the last little bit here. Much appreciated, and I'll try and get to your comments here shortly. So, okay. Alright, I got a little bit distracted. So, did I finish duplicating? Did I actually do that? Did I say red cannon? Where is it? I know my alphabet. MNOPQRSR. There it is. Okay. Let's kill blue cannon so I don't accidentally start editing that. We don't really need main either. Okay, let's simplify this, shall we? Okay, so animation player. So I actually have fuses. I will keep the fuse. Is it right? Yeah, fuse right. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Delete. Sorry, I know this might not be the most exciting thing, me trying to just salvage what I have, but bear with me. Remove. Fuse right, so we get rid of fuse up. What am I doing? That one. So fuse right, we don't need shot down. Remove. Shot left, we don't need. Remove. And shot up. Let's remove that. Okay, so now we should just have fuse right and shot right. Which we sure do. So now let's change the texture out. Sprite. See, and I called it cannon shot red. And now that I think about it, I probably should have. Nah, whatever. It should match, just so they're beside each other. We only need 2 horizontal frames and 1 vertical frame. Be important. Hold on here. It's all squirrely. Maybe if I go here. There we go. That's all we needed to do. So that is keyframe, keyframe, and then back to 0, keyframe. So let's just loop it and make sure that looks how we want. Yeah, okay. So that's good. Turn that off, stop it. And let's just save it. Now I haven't I haven't looked at this code for a while, so I'm not too sure. Not too sure, too sure. Let's add it in tiled. Just so I can remind myself how it works. Okay, so we got the shrine. So if you're interested in how we're doing this, we actually have an objects tile map, which is kind of like if you played Mario Maker, it's kind of a very similar idea where these objects are actually in their own tile set and you can place them on the world using the stamp tool. Sometimes you have to like click a few things to have it come back. Why is it not? Oh, I'm on the wrong. That's because I'm not on the right layer. There we go. So yeah, so as you can see, they're just like placed around the world. So we don't actually have the red cannon. I've got the blue cannon here. But you can still add things to the world using these, I don't know what they're actually called, insert points. Okay. Oh, I see. Insert point, insert ellipse. They're basically just inserting shapes, right? So we just use this one usually. And custom properties is what we're going to add. I'm just going to copy the blue cannon. Actually, it doesn't even need, so the blue cannon had direction. I don't even need that for this. So we're just going to copy the path, paste it here. I just found that out that I could copy and paste it. Super handy. So we're just going to switch this to red cannon. And save. I actually don't have my YouTube open, so forgive me. Oh, hey Peter! Welcome, welcome. Very happy to see you. Glad you can make it tonight. All right, let's Sorry if I'm drinking a lot too. I'm very thirsty. Let's just make sure. Oh, see, it's it's got the fuse and everything. I think I need to turn that off. Explosion turned off. That's probably why. Because the way I added those as separate sprites, right? So. Oh. It's actually acting very strange. Oh, you know why? Probably because it's looking for the sprite direction. Oh, shucks. You know what I need to do? I'm getting ahead of myself here. Red cannon, let's rename it. And let's get rid of the script. Oh, let's duplicate the script. So blue cannon.gd, duplicate red cannon. Alright. Red cannon.gd. This is like, well, I guess no, I was coding on my last stream too, but with my help. I'm not usually by myself. Red cannon mode. So let's get rid of sprite direction. We don't need this update. Sorry, just reading. So we're just gonna have if else. We might change that. I just want it working for the second. Why is it mad though? Oh, sprite dir isn't direct declared in current scope. Let's just go. Again, I'm just gonna do this real quick because I want it to work. Sprite dir equals right. Fuse, shot, cannonball. We don't need to match sprite direction now. Let's kill that. Alright. I don't know if this will work. Let's try. Oh, sorry. That turned back on for some reason. It doesn't want to activate. No, it still wants to shoot down. That's interesting. It still thinks it's down. That's why. That's interesting. Why is it thinking that? So interesting. See, that's right. Always plays Christmas music on my little music player. Why is it thinking that it's the direction? Sorry, as I said, it's been a while since I did this. Should have done it when it was fresh in my mind. On interact fired. And I should play fuse sprite direction, which I've set. Spriter is right. Oh, hold on here. Spriter equals left. I think I messed up here. That's why. Because Spriter is for the cannon, and then left. Mouth equals true. See, and I realize now, so there's things I've learned since I actually coded this. I should be doing like a set get type of thing going on. It works, so I'm not going to mess with it, but there's definitely better ways of doing it than the way I did it originally. So that's something to keep in mind. Always better ways to do things. On interact. So on interact, if fired equals false and melt equals false, on interact. Use sprite direction. Shot sprite direction. I'm really not too sure why it thinks it's the direction that it is. Let me see here again. Yeah, see, it keeps resetting it. I wonder if I have to re-import. I'm so confused as to why it does that. Because this is right. Let's try re-importing. I don't know if that's the problem. I don't think it would be in this case. And I'm probably looking at something super obvious. Shrine re-import. Yeah, see, it's... Oh, is it? Okay, I think it thinks it's the right direction now, so that's good. I don't know why this keeps turning back on for visible, though. Stop doing that. Ah, okay. So, the cannon's still out of sync. Oh. There's some weird shenanigans going on. I felt like it would have been easier to get this to start. Let's move this. Okay, it didn't turn the explosion back on this time, so that's good. But see how the fuse looks like it's off a little bit, and the cannon's off a little bit. So why is that? So we want to use weapon. New weapon, global weapons, new weapon. Add child, new weapon. I see the cannonball should just work. Let me find the what. What are we trying to do? What am I trying to do? Entities. Weapons. Cannonball. Yeah, see, so it's gonna get the parent. See, index -1, position, shooter position. So why is it thinking... It's interesting that it's thinking that it's somewhere else. Its position almost seems like it's not being set properly. It wouldn't be because of the shape, would it? Let me... I don't know. Let me try something here. Let's delete that. Let's use this cannon. But we're going to override this. So delete... oh, I can't delete it because it's the default. Alright, okay. Alright, fine. We're gonna cheat it. So, add... I don't think I have right cannon in here. That would be super handy if I did, but I don't think I do. I don't see why this would be the issue. It's never been an issue. Oh, yeah, see, no. Or I was just asking if I would duplicate, I think. Add anyway, yes. And then we're going to copy this again. As I said, I really don't know why this would make a difference. It would be interesting if it does make a difference. So I'll have to change that after. But let's place this. I guess I can't. Well, I guess I should be able to. Let's see if it gets... Let's see if the position is proper now. I don't see why it would make a difference. Yeah, see, it's still... Oh, it even shot twice now. What is even happening here? I wonder if I can shoot the blue cannon twice now. I just want to see, for the sake of testing, if the blue cannon is working properly. Sprite direction, right. Because maybe on... We just recently upgraded the Godot. I don't see why that would make an issue, but there has been weirder things. See, that's all working good. Oh, see, but the cannon was out of sync there too. Let's take a journey. When I think about it, I don't think I ever thought about the cannon. The blue cannon always shot up and down. There wasn't a left and right. So when I was testing it, I wonder if I misjudged that. And it's been a problem all along, I just never realized it. See, nothing is ever what you think it is. You go to try something and it's completely wrong. Not completely wrong, but not what you were expecting in the slightest. So we're going to take a quick journey to the dungeon 1 here. And I just want to see how the cannon acts. Again, the cannons are always up and down, and I'm sure that they work like that. Which, if that is the case, that means I have to slightly modify the cannon code, or not the cannonball code. So I'll have to offset it then, depending on that. So yeah, so see, alright, so here we go. Let's see what this looks like. See, it works just fine. So I'm thinking I just never noticed that it was actually out to lunch. Get out of my way, monster. You're getting like a bit of a mini tour. Alright, so yeah, see, these guys are both up and down. And again, we've already shot one down, so let's shoot up. Yeah. Alright, so with that information, that means that the cannon itself isn't necessarily weird. And see, this is... I don't know how this... I must have dragged this somehow. That's an easy enough fix, at least. One. Because I'm a pixel artist, I actually really don't like putting things out of line with... So even though this isn't technically centered on that, I like the pixel perfectness of it. I'm very picky that way. Alright, so let me think about this for a second. So we're going to have to come into the script here. So position equals shooter position. See, I did, looks like I did play with this, but it looks like it's out to lunch still. So, why do I have 2 position-wise equals position-wise? Interesting. Let me just kill this for a second, okay? Let's try. So it looks like I tried to make this work. Yeah, see, I think that's just fine. Why would I... And the red cannon likes to shoot twice. I wonder if, I don't know. What was I gonna do? See, I don't have it on autoplay. It's interesting that it's firing twice. See, and I'm having weird import issues, it seems like, because I updated this sprite, but the fuse didn't update here. No, see, now it is. Let's turn it off. Try again. Oops. I've been testing in multiplayer, so it's like... Ah, what? That... I don't know what's happening here, guys. Something weird's happening. Yeah, see, now it's... Oh, maybe I'm just being silly. Is there a position? Do I actually have a position on the fuse? Explosion, sprite. Fuse right. Ah, there we go. I do have a position on here. Okay, let's fix this. So what did I have this? 1 and -7? I think? No? confused. I don't know really why I animated a position when I think about it. Maybe I guess I do need it because otherwise it would be down there. Anyways, let's try that real quick. Let's turn these back off. Off. Shot right. You know why it's starting with that every time? Is because I don't actually have an idle animation, so that first frame is always with that on. That's why it's doing that to me. I don't like how I did these. Alright, that's better. There we go. That one still shot weird. Did you see that? Let's try it again. Did this one shoot weird and I just didn't notice? I thought this one was good. Yeah, that seemed fine. You know what? I did see it come out at the bottom there. But I think it's okay. I think that it may have done that with the red also. I didn't notice it on that one. But I noticed on that one. That's so interesting. I wonder why the difference. Sorry, I know I'm like relentlessly checking it. Okay, I may have to review that with this. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about the blue cannon right now because you don't see it shoot this direction, and we're not going to see it for now. So it is something to keep in mind. We obviously have to revisit it at some point, but for now, it's working. Okay. All right, so we've got the red cannon now where it's shooting. That's a good start. So let's go back, dive back into the script. Let's kill the cannonball for now. And again, I don't know why. I must have had to do the offset for a reason, but I don't know why I put that in originally in the code. So that's interesting. I don't remember. Okay, so let's just review this with real quick here. So basically, what's happening if you interact. So if you're curious what this is if you can't activate the cannon if you're facing the nose of the cannon, so that you can't like shoot yourself basically. If you were to activate it and then run around to the front, it would still shoot and hurt you. And then you'd have to like leave the room and come back to reset the cannon. One thing that's kind of interesting in this case. So what we're going to have to do is if somebody were to... if somebody hits the cannonball and gets hurt, they have to leave the room, right? And to reactivate it. With the red cannon, once it unlocks its section of the door, I don't want it to be activatable again. I want it to be done. So unlike the blue cannon where you can leave and come back and reopen up the walls, the red cannon is absolute. The red cannon needs to be shot and it needs to be done, just like the key would be. So I guess I need to leave this as is for now. Ultimately, what would be better in this case is if the cannonball just didn't even hurt anybody and went right through people, which see, and I might be able to do something in here where it would recognize if it was the red cannon. See, I could do something that where it's adding to a group. So if well, the body entered wouldn't work that way, I guess. I don't quite know how I want to tackle that. There's a few different ways we can do it. I just don't know how I want to do it. Not too sure how I want to handle that. Alright, anyways, let's get back to this real quick. So, and again, this is just the syncing for the multiplayer, and then this is what happens once it's interacted with. If fired equals false and mouth equals false, so mouth is up here. Then it's basically saying uninteract. Play the animations and use the weapon cannonball, and then that makes fired equal true. So that way you can't fire it again. And then this is all the syncing with the weapon. So now we have to start thinking about the object that is going to be the door. So before I go any further, let's open up open file project. Done. No, what am I trying to do? Maps. I want maps. Oops, too far. Maps. Dungeon 1. So, okay, so this is technically not the boss room anymore. The boss room is actually going to do a map transition now, but that's besides the point. So, these vines, which look more like tentacles rather than vines themselves, are going to be the things that break down. So I'm just trying to think here. We've got like a little while left on the stream here. 20 minutes, give or take. What I think we'll do for the remainder of the stream is start to animate these, I guess. Do I want to do that? Because what's going to have to happen, so basically, let me actually just go here. So we can see the red cannon right there. So it's going to shoot. You know what? I'm going to have to do something to the cannonball. So it's going to have to shoot and look like it keeps going. It's going to have to basically have no collision at all. So what I think what we'll do is on the cannonball, it'll say, if red cannon, turn off all collision layers. And the cannonball is just going to fly. It's not going to stop. It's going to go right off the screen. And then what I'm going to have to do is have the camera either fade or do... I might just fade it rather than... I originally thought about having it scroll, but I'm not going to do that. That'll look really bad. So I'm going to fade it out all the way over to here. There'll be a camera all along there. And then it's going to count down from 3. So no matter... even if you did the cannons out of order, that's not going to matter because it's going to count down from 3. So on 3, we'll say like the right side's going to break down. On 2, the left side's going to break down. On 1, it's going to break down the center, which will give access to this, which will open up this door. And I might do some other fancy animations there where like there's an actual boss door, because right now it's just open, right? So that might be something that I do, is I just animate something really fancy just so it looks super cool, because a head's got to look cool. I hate when I can't make things look cool. So I guess what we're going to do is 2 of these kind of breaking apart. Yeah. And I might reuse the bomb explosion, like when the player uses a bomb, as well in that mix. And okay, all right, let's do that. So I don't think I have... Let's open the tile set. I don't think I have these separate anywhere yet. I haven't made this yet. So we have to go to... where am I going to go? I guess in here. Tiled images, tile sets, and Dungeon 1 tile set. Should be in here, right? Oops. Too far. And you know what? I'm not even 100% sure I like the color choice I've done with this. So let's use this opportunity to actually make it look nicer, I think. Hopefully. We're going to attempt that. So let's copy that. Maybe we'll file new. We actually want this to be 32 by 32. Because there's going to be 2 of them. Just like that. Alright, so let's play with the color a little bit. Let's make them look less tentacly. I don't hate that idea, but it's not an octopus sunken ship like Mario RPG or something like that. It's supposed to be very viney and I mean, we could try going back to the green. Hold on, let's just play with it. I haven't looked at this for a while, so maybe fresh eyes will make it feel different. So, see, that's not awful. I don't know why I thought that was... I think I wanted, like, dead vines, which I guess we could... Let's see what that looks like real quick. See, that's not awful either. And it doesn't look super tentacly either. I don't know. Wish there was more of you in chat tonight. I'd get your opinion, but you're not, so... Now, I guess from a lore perspective, you'd think that the vines maybe would be alive anyways, because this monster is trying to keep the ship basically like a security measure. So these vines they would want to keep alive anyways. And I don't hate the green. Not like I did originally for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't like it. So I think we're going to stick with the green. Okay, let's just add some new frames. I don't know how many frames I want this to be. I think it's going to be 10. Most of my complex animations have been around 10. And now the question is, do I want them to break differently? That'd be more interesting, I think. If they broke the same, it would look... okay, it would look fine, but it wouldn't be as nice. Okay, so on impact, where the cannonball is probably going to hit about here, there's going to be an explosion up the center. So let's have it start from there. We're going to... we also want it to have like a burned type of singed. So I'm going to kind of... oops, I don't want that. I want actual brush. We may have to play with the colors. And sorry if I'm quiet tonight. I'm not used to talking while I'm doing art. So it's difficult for me to process both things. That doesn't seem weird, does it? So, again with the... why is my camera doing that? Sorry, like I know my camera goes lighter to the point of like ridiculous. Yeah, so it's gonna be something like that. And I guess we're just gonna copy that, delete this, and paste it. And again, I don't know if you saw me animate before. What we do, well, what I do, is I'll just kind of get the rough things in place, kind of like the rough shapes in place. You know what? Let's just do that in general. A, C, link. Oops. I guess I can kill that now. I don't need that open. I also don't need that now. There you go. Deselect, gosh darn you. And then the vines are kind of start swaying. And again, this looks super weird right now. Trust me, it'll be fine. Oops. I'll make it beautiful, I promise. It's my artist's promise. No, that's probably fine. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna need like 10 frames. There is no doubts there. A, C, V, select, select. I almost feel like I needed to make it bigger than 32 by 32, but I'm gonna try and... I don't want it to go over top of the other sprites because I'll have to play with Z-index and stuff. Which I think I already had to play with that potential. No, they're on different layers, never mind. Did that even move? I don't think I did. Yeah. Since the start. Okay, and then let's go Alt-N. Start moving everything down. Now it's just gonna look like a jumble heap of greenery and stuff. And again, there's gonna be an explosion playing over top of this, so really, you're gonna start hiding a lot of the junk that's going on. You're not gonna see a lot of it. Yeah, you know what? I might be able to just do 7 frames. We're just gonna have like a heap of green at this point. Again, this looks super messy, but just trying to get the shape going, I guess. Oh no, I'm gonna need more frames this because it's gonna have to disappear as well. So let's do 3 more frames of this frame. Stop. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. This frame is going to... Actually, you know what? Before I do those... These frames are just going to be the fade out. So, but before I do that, let's actually draw the... Let's actually draw this frame. So let's start cleaning it up. And what time is it? Oh yeah, we got a few minutes left. I'll probably keep this stream tonight fairly short. I know I didn't accomplish a ton, unfortunately, but we did get started. I probably will just resume this on next week's stream so you guys won't miss out on any of it. I might just take a look at some things just to make sure the next stream is a little more coherent, because tonight was me kind of bumbling about my old code and realizing that I had done some weird things that I don't really understand why I did them that way. I mean, I must have done them for a reason, but why I couldn't remember for the life of me. So there's that. But for the most part, I'll try and keep progress to a minimum, and I'll stream more of this. And hopefully next week we have some have a guest caller again. It's a lot more fun when there's lots of people talking, isn't it? Not just me blabbering on, which you might be okay with, but I tend to go quiet occasionally, like I just did. You know, if I was really, really wanting to make this awesome, I would do like smoke sizzling up off of it before it like disappeared. But I wanted to move. I don't want the cinematic to drag on too long, so we won't do that. hopefully it'll be just fine once the other bomb explosion is added on top of this. Too much line in one place. Does that look like a heap of grossness now? Sludgy vines? I'd say that's starting to look like it. That's the funny thing about this. I don't need to be too specific because it's just a heap of garbage. Alright. I think we're just about good. Let's close that off a bit there, I guess. Sorry, I'm mumbling. I just realized. Alright, okay. So, let's maybe... Oops. That looks pretty good, actually. Okay. So, you know what? It's probably good that I switched it to green because then I can make that explosion burnt color essentially what it was before. Let's just play this animation again. Yeah, okay. Still looks messy, but I'm fairly happy with that. So let's turn this down. Oops, not duration. Is it this? Yeah, okay. I wish I could It doesn't let me type, does it? Oh, it does. No, it doesn't let me type. Let's go to 190. Down to like... come on. I want 70. Fine, 69. It is. Alright. And then that... I'll remove this frame before I make this spreadsheet. This is just for testing purposes. Yeah, okay. See, that looks pretty good. So now we just need to clean up the other frames. So let's come back to... Oops. I want frame 2. Frame 2. Oh, right. Frame 2 is fine. It's this frame that I need to... So again, it's burning, so we want kind of extend the scorch marks out. But it's not too far yet. Let's turf that pixel. Add in that. Try to get rid of those. Get rid of those, I guess. Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? I'll leave that alone. We want this to come up. Oops, too many. Have this come out more. So as you can see the way I've planned it, you can kind of see as the explosion, how the explosion spreads out. So break, break. Let's have more breaking. Break it all. It can't be a video game without breaking things, right? And what we'll do is, once I'm done this animation, that's when we'll close her up for the night. So I actually want to move this. Well, let's get rid of this. You know what? Let's just redraw it. I want this vine to come up, like, kind of like that. There, that works. I wasn't necessarily planning on doing drawing tonight, but you know what? It's just as important part of this. And I wasn't even coding before. I was just doing the art. I started learning a lot though, which is really awesome. I've really been enjoying learning GD script. It's given me something new to work on and improve myself. Which everyone needs, right? Hobbies that can help improve themselves. Do I want to remove? I want to remove this bit here. I almost feel like I need to have the vines move ever so slightly. Because they wouldn't just like stay like a rock, right? They're sway. They're sway-y. So like on this one, for example, I hate okay, I love Ice Sprite, but I actually really don't like their lasso tool. It works. I just don't think it works as nice as it needs to. My only gripe though with Ice Sprite, I have found very little else that I would improve upon. Can I turn this without sort of messes with it? It makes it a little bit messy. That's a challenge when you're doing it this small. Pixels tend to not rotate as nicely. A little bit bigger sprites actually rotate pretty good. I'm very happy with how a sprite rotates sprites compared to many other programs that I've tried. I've tried like I actually bought this software that was supposed to rotate sprites. Like that's what the whole point of it basically. And I was so disappointed with it. So like I watched all these videos, and like I was like, yes, this is what I want. And then I download it, or not download, but buy it. It wasn't expensive. It was like $10 or something like that. And it just didn't. It just didn't. It was super disappointing. Okay. We're starting to get some headway. I don't like how pointy this vine is. Let's just do that, I think. Let's play it, even though it's not done. Yeah, it's starting to have some form to it. Sorry, just give me a sec, I'm thinking. Okay. I don't know why it does that. Go to the frame I want, not... I noticed there's a... There. Get rid of these stray buggers. Let's move you over and down, I guess. Right? That needs to like go down a pixel as well. Yeah. Okay. Getting close. How many? 2 more frames. We're almost there. This stuff is going to be mostly singed. Lots of blackness. Burninate it. I got rid of all that, right? I think what we're going to want is not just open space there, but like actually showing some of this kind of like drooping down now. And like maybe the random pieces like that. Like that. This vine can kind of be closed off here. This vine hasn't changed at all, so let's actually have it falling. Now that I realize it, I should actually change this. I didn't look at that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Wait, that's shadow. Shadow. Maybe this is too extreme. Let's... Ooh, I like this song. What's this song called? This song is called Island by F. I don't know if I'm gonna butcher this, just so you know. Oh no. Sorry. The song is called Pirate Burglar by Aphelion, is how I'm gonna say it. That's cool. Sounds kind of like a... Sort of like a dungeon. Not necessarily like a angry dungeon, more like a puzzle dungeon, like kind of like Pokemon mystery dungeon. Let's. Fill this in, I guess. That looks very unnatural. Let's do something about that. And then we're going to close that off. Make this burnt. Oops. Make this burnt. It's over. That's sad. I thought it was. Maybe the spine can be up there. Maybe I want to clean this up too, shall I? Yeah, that's probably better. You know, one thing I realized I should have checked. I should have checked to see how long the bomb animation was, how many frames that was. I guess I could delay some of this just in like a micro amount so that time's better. If I'm wrong, it's probably very close to this many frames. It's probably around 5 frames, I would think. You know what? Let's just check. Let's just check on stream. Why not? So bomb explosion. So that's gonna be an effects. Bomb explode right there. Animation player. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's like it's technically 7, but like the majority of the explosion will be in 5 frames. So that's one thing. So with Sprite, it does it in milliseconds. So yeah, so every 0.1 second in Godot is 100 milliseconds here. So it's going to be about here once the explosion is done, which actually works out almost perfectly. Because the bomb has outward force, and so the vines would kind of go out until the explosion is gone, and then it would kind of fall down into a heat. So on 5, you could, like, obviously 6 and 7 are right, falling back down into a heat. So actually, it's gonna work out pretty good. I got lucky. All right, let's just play it again real quick. So, is there not much? Oh no, there's enough difference. I thought for some reason there wasn't much difference between these 2 frames. There's enough. I might bring this in more though. Yeah. Okay. Is this done? Yeah, yeah, good enough. So next frame. Uh, so this is gone. This is just gonna actually be kind of a pile now. Let's just do that. We're almost there, guys. I actually think I'm going to fill in all this now. Okay. Oops. Alright, alright. I just realized I didn't... Sorry, one sec. I didn't finish over here. You know what, I didn't really add any of these particulates either. Getting ahead of myself here. Didn't really do that on this one either. Now that I think about it. I didn't finish a bunch of it. What's wrong with me? That's one thing. So like this art style uses black outlines a lot, which I'm not used to. Like my style typically does not use black at all. I try not to. I try, if I have a darker color, it'll be in the tones of whatever sprite I'm working with. So like if it's purple, like if it's skin tones, I'll go towards like the purpler side of things and like that type of thing. So for me, I struggle sometimes to try and get, especially at a 16 by 16 pixel, to get the black outline to not just wash out the details of the sprite. And the cat thief, if you look at the cat thief sprite, that was definitely one of my struggles with him. Like to try and make him look like a cat was hard because the details in the face are subtle and less boxy. Cats don't look as boxy as like dogs do, so it's pretty easy to make a dog sprite, oddly enough. Whereas the cat sprites, I don't know why. I just it was more challenging for me, which is fine. It's not a big deal. Totally fine with that. Just interesting how that a few pixels can really alter how something looks. And I kind of my cat sprite was looking more like kind of ended up looking more like a lion, I suppose, than like a house cat, which is probably fine. Like I could see them being like a lion-like creature. And Nodding is the one that kind of came up with the concept of the thief cat. So I don't know what he necessarily saw. I've never really asked him about it. Um, I feel like he probably wouldn't care too much. It'd be more up to me to visually design something. But I'm curious about what his input would be. I'm curious as to what he would think. Because I wanted to make have as much input as possible and make sure ideas are being brought forward that I probably wouldn't have thought of myself. That's what makes TetraForce pretty awesome, is that there's so many different ideas coming in and being brought around. It makes it a lot better for everybody. And hopefully a more fun game. Because that's the goal, isn't it? We just want to make a fun game. Alright, I think I'll come back and like look closer, but that's there. Yeah, that's looking not bad. I'm sure I could push a few pixels. I actually kind of not intentionally, but the lighter reddish brown pixels actually spray out. Almost in line with the explosion, and I didn't really mean to do that, but it actually works perfectly. That's really good. Did notice one pixel out of place. I think that gone. Let's put that back. And we want this to be, oops, burnt. Literally, you could sit here forever just playing with it, but it's such a fast animation that small imperfections are not going to be noticed that much. Now, another interesting thought is, should these hurt the player when they walk up to it? I would think so. They've got spines. I'd also like reinforce the idea like, oh, I can't get through these. I actually think this piece is not really doing anything. It's not adding to anything. Oops. Well, let's just add that. And there's like a double missing pixel there, which probably means they're missing here. Gosh dang it. Okay, no. And I always miss some of the outlines. Oh, see, I found another one. Sometimes adding like a paint bucket color to the background is smart. Not always, or like not. Sorry, let me start over. It's always smart to do. I'm just being lazy right now. You can make it vibrant and actually see. but they look very similar to the thorns. All right, I think we're there. All right, so let's animate it one more time. Shoo. There we go. All right, so I think that's going to do it for tonight's stream. Thank you very much for coming by and checking it out. If you're curious about TetraForce, I've got a link in the description below to our website. You can actually download the game and play it in its alpha stage. It's a few versions behind where we're at now, so you won't have all of the milestone 1. We're planning on updating that soon. I'm going to have another video that accompanies that. So once I get this enemy door squared away, well, stay tuned for that, and you'll actually get to check that out. And you'll see all the new stuff. But you can still download it right now at this very moment. Go over to TetraForce. It is multiplayer. There will be bugs, guaranteed. But yeah, have fun with it. And the other awesome thing about this is it's open source. So you can actually open the hood and check it out and see how we've built this game. And we have a pretty awesome Discord community, so feel free to come on over and join us there. Ask questions or just hang out and have a good time if you just want to watch and get all the updates. That's where you need to go. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel. We do a weekly dev stream, so you can tune in with me every week. And yeah, that's essentially it. Thanks so much for coming by tonight, and I'll see you guys next week.